homie.
Homie.
Big homie.
I was listening to Marcy X, and I just got to our taglines, and your tagline was Homeo and Juliet.
Good one.
But
That's a great one.
I didn't even pick up on the double entendre in there.
He's gay.
No. Juliet, American Jewish princess.
Oh yeah.
You
Juliet.
totally meant that, huh?
Of course. I got this. High energy. But we got this.
Did you finish the movie?
I did.
Good job.
I think I did on Sunday, yeah. Or yesterday.
What'd you think of the Super Bowl?
Yesterday.
Tuesday.
Sunday. Super Bowl was chill. There was not enough Taylor Swift. But all most people said.
Everybody was like, "Oh, it's such a boring game." I was like, "That game rocked. I love the game."
Overtime, yeah, great fourth quarter.
There wasn't.
Usher sweated.
Usher was pretty good. He wasn't blow away me good, but he wasn't.
He didn't blow you good.
He wasn't Rihanna or Black Eyed Peas. He was better than them.
Movie.
I think I'm gonna yell for Seth to stop hitting Nicole as well, somewhere in there.
Like halfway through.
Yeah. All right. I'm good. You good?
Hold up. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, play. Movie. Seth! Stop hitting her.
Quit it.
No, not you. Keeps
it looks like
Nicole
it hurts.
the fuck out. Empathy is the sign of a weak man, Lucas.
No.
Strong man.
I would say like a calcium deficiency. It's not a weak man.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Calcium. Do you get enough calcium?
I think so.
How do you get your calcium?
I don't know, actually. Maybe I don't, because I don't drink a lot of milk.
Where else do you get it from, like yogurts and shits?
Oh, yeah. I mean, calcium's in a lot of shit, but everybody knows milk first and foremost.
That's what I'm saying.
Cheeses, dairy products.
I drink a good amount of milk in my civilian life, yeah.
I was never a drink the milk after eating the cereal person.
Oh, that's what I live for. You know this.
I do know this.
Movies.
Life cereal, and then you drink that milk. Movies.
Milk. We got one that we started and finished today.
Before we get into that, I was scrolling back because you messaged me on Snapchat if I was ready. I saw that we had some things saved in our chat, so I wanted to see what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know saved? What. Huh?
That's Seth saved?
No, it's just me and you. Our chat together.
Oh.
I don't know what we were talking about, but I saved these. I said, incidentally, flamboyantly, and extravagantly superfluous. What were we talking about there? And then you said,
I think those are prospective names for your kid.
And then you said the frenetic, frantic phlebotomist was in a frenzy. Frenetic and phonetically, he financed the fresh French Francis. Frankly, Frank.
I think those were, all names for your kid, potentially.
Then I sent you a stat line from a 2020 sophomore Hellgate football game versus Glacier, where a player, the number 2 receiver, had 12 receptions for 3 touchdowns and 384 yards, 348. And then the top receiver had 10 receptions and 120 yards. But Glacier still won 54-38 because their 5'11", 230-pound running back had 34 carries for 273 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Who was that?
I have no clue.
He must not have made a name for himself. That's
Does Mission have someone like that?
last year we kind of did. Yeah. He's at Western now. He's a beast.
Is that Kellen?
No, he's at Kel's at North Dakota.
Oh, that's right. He went big too.
Yeah.
Here's another
Just
message.
like
You can't
just
force
like
the chemo patients to play Cold Stone, Brandon.
just like Henry Roth.
Just like Henry Roth. A 4.5 out of 5-star rating from you on Letterboxd for the movie Blowout from 1981 with John
Great film.
Travolta.
Great film. Not the one we're talking about today, though.
Nope, not the one we're talking about today.
Movies.
This week we watched Everybody Loves Mel.
I wish.
What a good movie. That would fit into the Love Lads. Because everybody
Loving.
loves Lads
Yeah.
Mel.
They love him.
No, we watched 50 First Dates.
And start off with
it's crazy that in the last 10 minutes, I got sick. It's weird.
That is crazy. I changed clothes.
We all change clothes in 10 minutes. You don't get sick in 10 minutes unless you have sepsis.
Sometimes you do. But you do.
Yeah, I have sepsis right now. It's real bad. But that's how committed I am to you.
He's sepsis. But then, so we have a bunch of smattering of girls. Smattering of girls.
What are you doing, sepsis?
That's pretty good. But now we have to start the movie.
Yes. Good pineapple transition
That's very
from a beach onto a counter, and then a smattering of different girls talking about how great their trip to Hawaii was and how they met a guy who made it so perfect and romantic, and they all had stellar fucking sex, all but one thing. It ends weird, and he doesn't commit to him. His name?
Woody Allen.
Roth. Henry Roth.
Henry Roth. And you think he'd be a suave, debonair sort of guy.
Except one girl didn't get his real name. It was an older, heavier set woman who really thought his name was Harry Paratesticles.
Yeah, the movie often shows its age in moments like this, or when a zoo creature vomits or stuff like that. You're just like, oh yeah, we're in 2004.
Also, one Kevin James in the mix of all the girls.
Of course, yes. Like the Good Luck Chuck, right? He had a gay message too. Very Good Luck Chuck coded.
And a good transition to him conning another woman, not coming another woman. Good transition to him conning another woman as she says, what?
Lying, having sex under false pretenses. Is this some sort of sexual misconduct?
Yeah.
That's not moral.
It's like catfishing somebody.
I guess, but he's not like having sex with them. He's like, yeah, I mean, he is, but he's lying to them to get away from them.
Yes.
Not to sleep with them. Although
he does sleep with them. He charms them and all of that. They consent to it, so I don't think it's illegal. He's just lying to get away.
6 dozen, one half of the other, yeah.
He does like the Barney Stinson How I Met Your Mother thing.
Yeah, who's also not the best character.
We've gone over this. I like Barney.
He's a rapist. We've gone over this, yep.
Lily's still the worst.
Of course.
Marshall's obviously the best.
Marshall, who's semi-good. The rest of them are the worst.
Marshall's not just semi-good. He's a great human being. And a great character.
Pretty decent character.
Let's see. Everybody in Seinfeld is a bad person.
Yeah, but they're all great characters. That's the thing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like Henry Roth. What's he up to? He's pretending he's a super spy. He's gonna jet ski out of there.
Yeah, he cons this woman, says, I can't, I'm a special agent. I can't even use my real name. I shouldn't be saying yours. Hops on this random jet ski from a passerby, says, just keep going. I'll pay you $20. And so he's out of there. And he's working at a Hawaiian sea life park. He's
also Good Luck Chuck coded.
Yeah, he's a marine veterinarian. And he's sewing up his friend Rob Schneider playing Ula from a shark
Is this
bite.
racist? This is a racist
Rob
depiction.
Rob Schneider's depiction of a native Hawaiian is completely
Yeah,
racist. Yeah.
it is. Yeah, but you get away with it because it's not blackface; it's Hawaiian face, right?
Yep.
I guess.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
doing like a who is that? The guy with the ukulele, somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh,
Who's that guy? The big gigantic Hawaiian
yeah,
guy?
no, I wrote his name down. Israel Kamakawiwo'ole.
Yeah, yeah. He's supposed to be like Ula, kind of
Sure.
Ula coded.
Yeah, I think like Hawaiian face and like probably even Native American and Alaska Native and maybe even like Indian
Pacific Islander. Yeah,
and
yeah,
Pacific
yeah. All of
Islander,
it.
you could unfortunately you can probably get away with a lot of racial stuff still that
As long as it's
you
not
used to
black.
be able to get away with for the African American black race, but now you can't. So hopefully
Yeah,
we move in that right direction.
I think we mostly have. I think this is out of case right now. This depiction would be.
Yeah, I think for sure I've seen Native American and like the Indian culture, and I still think there's quite a bit of Latino Mexican that's parodied out there.
Yeah, that's the other leads Channing Tatum, notably.
Yeah,
His name is Jeff. But yeah, Ula was bit by a shark.
he always is.
He's always getting bit
And
by a shark, and his kids are always banging around with him too. Cute little
kids are
kids.
awesome.
Yeah, I like the kids.
Ula tells him he's eventually going to end up with a girl that will want to stay and keep him from going on his big boat trip.
Racist. But you're laughing. Yeah. He's kind of saying that I've got a fear of commitment. Ula.
Yeah, and
I don't want any chick.
quit messing around with these girls or else you can't go on your big boat trip.
Big boat trip.
And Henry has an emergency. He has to go real quick because Jocko the Walrus isn't doing well. Alexa comes running. He helps Alexa out to get him feeling better. And Jocko projectile vomits all
Gross.
over Alexa.
Pretty gross.
Apparently, he did a ploy with the walrus. They planned
Stupid.
this
Yeah,
because she ate his roast beef sandwich from the fridge. He coordinated this with the walrus. It was just supposed to be a burp, but he ended up projectile vomiting, and it was even better.
yeah, but she wasn't really phased by it. All that
No,
much.
because she was like, "This is why I got into the business."
Yeah, she liked it.
She loves being
Turned on
puked
by it.
on.
Yeah, it's a fetish. Pretty common one, in fact.
I mean that is, yeah. Did you ever watch that show, 1,000
I've
Ways to
not
Die?
watched puke fetish. Oh, like a long time ago, maybe when I was 11.
Yeah,
Is
there
there
was
one of those?
there was one of them that was a puke fetish on there where a lady had such a big puke fetish that she went up to a hot dog eating contest and afterwards went backstage after the contest was over and begged for the winner to puke all over her. So they were making out and whatnot, and then I think she started blowing him, and then she stuck her fingers in his mouth to make him puke all over her, and he did, but he ate so many chewed up and digested hot dog that it went down her throat and she choked on the hot dog and died.
Let's see. This is not even good cinema, Brandon.
It's not
Not good
cinema. It's
That is
television.
cinema. It is cinema in a way.
That's good characters. That's a better character than Lily.
Better character than Henry Roth.
Maybe. No, probably not.
Debonair
That's a bad
suave
character.
biologist Henry Roth.
Yeah. Well, he's sailing his old beat
He's got
up
like a big
sailboat.
old wooden sailboat.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
got
cool,
a lot of patch up work to do, but yeah, super cool. Doing a captain's log around Oahu to prepare for his big journey until the beam breaks. The mast comes flying in, takes out the wheel, so he has to take a dinghy to shore and wait for the Coast Guard. And he comes to land,
little motorboat, yeah,
and enters a small diner, the Kaluwe Cafe, and gets offered some spam and eggs with some Reese's peanut butter cups
a
in
lot
it.
of spam, a lot of
A lot
spam
of
coming
spam.
at you. It's a crazy thing to be offered. Yeah.
Spam?
And eggs and peanut butter cups inside.
I think the peanut butter cups is the big one that throws it off.
That's all crazy though.
Not in Hawaii.
I guess not. Maybe that's like a stereotype. No.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, while in the diner, he spots Lucy.
Ooh,
The
Drew
fun
Barrymore.
and energetic, cute Lucy. She's making a teepee with her waffles, puts a little cup of coffee inside of it so that it smokes.
Little house.
He's enamored. He didn't make a move because he stalled. And she is a local, and he likes out-of-state girls.
Yeah, because that means he doesn't have to be committed. It's Hawaii. They're always going to leave.
And
He needs a girl who won't remember him.
correct, and he's had commitment issues ever since his college girl slept with her own academic advisor. I mean, any normal person would have those
That's the
commitment
root of
issues.
the trauma. Yeah.
So the next day, I think, or sometime soon, he ends up
Oh, it's the
back
next
at the
day. Yeah.
diner.
He
Sit,
wants to taste that girl again
Ugh.
at the diner at the Kualioe Cafe. I've been to
Sitting,
Hawaii. Everything is named like that. It's crazy. It's like Kiwiawiahaha Highway and like Miakamahuahuinihi Street. It's insane. I don't know how they get around before GPS.
Kilowalla Hillawillaweehaha,
That's just Hawaiian.
and you just call it kilowatt for short.
They don't do that. That's against culture.
Do you call people via video call on your banana berry phone?
We do that.
Yeah, that's what they do in Hawaii.
Generally,
You say, "What's up? I want some of that monkey head. Come suck my dick."
no, don't say that. That's just you.
That's space chimps.
You say that in your
No.
daily life.
Don't say that.
At work.
Only when watching Space Chimps 2.
At Walmart. And when serving the customers at Walmart.
Nope.
That's your pharmacist role.
He's sitting in the booth next to Lucy and he sees her building a waffle cabin this time now. He helps her fix the door on her cabin with a little toothpick in there.
Yeah,
touches her food.
Yeah, kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
She doesn't care though. She likes it.
Appreciative for the help and ask him to sit with her for breakfast. Breakfast.
He said breakfast, honey. Keep going.
And she loves smelling fishy hands.
Yeah, reminds her of her dad and brother.
Reminds her of pussy.
Does.
And they really hit it off and sit around until lunch. And she ends up having to leave as she has to go with her dad to pick out a pineapple for his birthday. So she asks him if he wants to have breakfast there again tomorrow. He agrees, and they go their separate ways to their cars. There's a van in the middle of them. They're both doing a little
They're like, let's go. I got a date. Yeah.
Van moves. They see each other.
Oh,
it's embarrassing.
Faux pas. Kind of cute, though. It's getting warm in here. Yeah, not like that.
And Henry and
Ula.
Suck
monkey dick or whatever. Yeah.
No, the monkey's saying, "Hey, come suck my monkey dick, Kilowatt."
Oh yeah.
With your big ass head.
I get it.
Yeah.
Not you.
I'm not sucking
You're not
any monkey
requesting
dick.
this.
Yeah.
You had us all confused there.
I'm point of view of a monkey speaking to a big-headed alien.
Your wishes.
Not my wishes. Just what I've observed in films that somehow Seth thinks is good.
Not the second one. Although he did like it.
Yeah, he still gave it like a 6 or something, I think.
Like a 9.
Well, Henriette and Ula are golfing with Ula's basically professional golfer kids, and Henry goes for a big drive, drives the golf ball too far over the cliff, and has to go searching for his ball.
A good golfer?
I don't know.
Adam Sandler in real life?
I don't know.
Yeah, also, you would not go look for that.
You would not go look for that ball. Yeah.
That's
also, I've never played on a course. I've only played on like 3 courses. I've never played on a course where it's like you've got like giant gaps, where you've got.
Oh yeah, I've played a course in Montana like that. Big like island greens.
Yeah, where's that at?
In Eureka, Indian Springs is a pretty cool hole like that where you have to shoot it over a 200-yard canyon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's another one near Eureka called Crystal Lakes that has a literal island green that you have to take a boat out to.
Yeah, that's like the one in Coeur d'Alene too, the floating green out there.
Exactly.
Like, how many balls do you lose doing that?
A lot.
Because
I mean, you
if
gotta
you
get
overshoot it,
yeah.
it's gone. You undershoot it, it's gone. If it's too far left or right, it's gone.
Do I
You got to be
do I pack a
dialed
lot of
in.
balls? Lock in your cojones.
Well, he goes searching for his ball over the cliff and on the beach is Lucy. She's like, "Oh, I've got your balls over here." And he's like, "What? What are you
What the
doing?" She's
fuck?
like, "Oh, I was also looking for my balls." And she flirts with him, starts making out with him,
On the
knocks him
beach?
down,
At this
straddles him on the
golf course? What
beach.
the hell?
It was all a
It's a
dream.
dream. Yeah. You got hit in the head
He
by a golf ball or something?
he hit the ball off the cart, swung back around, and knocked him the fuck out because it hit him in the head.
Fucking stupid. This stupid movie.
But he can't believe he's fallen for a local. So to get her off his mind, he goes out with
Even
this
when concussed. Yeah.
new hot, stupid, idiot tourist.
Like a
But
bimbo lady,
as
yeah.
she flirtatiously asks what he's thinking about, he's got something else on his mind and tells her that he's not into this.
Yeah, he's Lucy's on his mind. Lucy.
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 Also,
But she's still like, okay, we can still fuck.
yeah, he's like, no, but maybe that person does. So many, like, I don't know if this was like, because Alexa is a female, but obviously a very manly character, you know?
Yeah, they're mean to her about that. Yeah.
Is it like supposed to be like gender phobic, transphobic kind of
I
thing?
think
So
yes, transphobic.
not technically, because I
I
think
think
I don't know.
I think it's a female character who's a lesbian, and they're all just keep being like, you're a guy, basically,
Yeah, that
is
could
my
very
read
well
on
be
it.
true.
Which is transphobic, but not necessarily the worst, I guess. I guess it's but
It's
I mean
it's
this
it's
movie. It's a
bad.
movie. It's 2004. Bush is president.
I don't know what proper term to put
We have
on it, but
bigger
it's
things in
bad.
our
Yeah. And so Henry's at the diner again for their next date when the owner, Sue, pulls him aside and wants to talk to him. But Lucy comes in and he sits down with her and he strikes up their conversations from yesterday about fishy hands
Ooh,
uh and waffle cabins. She thinks
ooh.
that he's a lunatic pervert. She's afraid because she says that she's never met him before. And as she freaks out and walks
Fuck.
away, Sue finally grabs Henry by the arm, drags him outside to tell him about Lucy's accident, resulting in short term memory loss.
And it's a dumb accident too. I'll say.
They, they were
They
too
it,
distracted looking at each other and they had to swerve and miss a cow.
I thought they hit the cow and they like rolled the car or something.
No, I think they swerved to miss the cow and they ran into a tree, like head
Oh,
on.
tree, yeah. And that's it. And then from then on out, it was like his dad's birthday, and they were going to get a pineapple.
Yep.
And then from then on out, she only remembers everything up to that day.
Yeah.
And
So
every time she falls
any
asleep, she gets memory wiped. Very medically plausible. That's
so
fine. It's a movie. We don't care.
every day is her dad's birthday, and everything new is forever gone, basically. Slate is wiped clean. And so we
I think
get
the premise in more serious hands could be pretty interesting, poetic version.
yeah,
I'll say
I think
that.
so. And I liked this little snippet where we get to see the life of Lucy doing the same thing every day. She
Mm.
paints a
A
mural in
little
the
montage.
garage. She comes home to a pineapple that happened to already be picked. They pretend to watch the Vikings game, eat pineapple upside down cake, and then watch The Sixth Sense together over and over and over.
Has to be surprised by the ending every single time.
And after Lucy goes to
It
bed,
seems like the dad and the brother are doing a lot for her.
they do so much. They are great people.
Or
And
are they?
they try and be. And after Lucy goes to bed, we see her dad and her brother prepare for the next day, even down to like the small things like
Yep. The
refilling her shampoo.
newspapers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
commissioned old newspapers, putting her laundry for that day in the wash,
Yep.
uh, getting another pineapple, repainting
They
the
are
whole
dedicated.
garage.
they have to paint over it white every day so she can make a new mural every day.
You know how much money they're spending on
Yeah, I was gonna say
paint?
paint supplies is out of control. Out of control.
maybe
But
maybe let her paint just like once a week. Goodness.
her fine motor skills must be so good.
Yeah,
She can
honestly.
paint a full ass mural every single day.
I know, right? Well, I also put that Sean Astin, who's playing Doug, the brother, plays a great
Little
lisp having steroid using douchebag brother.
yeah, character actors in the early 2000s had to have just a couple things going on with them. The steroid plus lisp plus possible homosexuality equals character actor.
And I honestly like his character. He plays it
He's a
well.
flavor. He's a good
Yeah.
flavor.
So after all this, Henry's on the boat with Ula, telling him about Lucy's memory loss. And Ula's like, "This seems like the perfect girl for you that you've been searching for. It's a
What they
girl to
going
run away
on?
from.
Yeah.
It's a girl that you can run away from because every single day she loses her memory. He could have
Every
a
single goddamn day. You keep
he
going.
could and yeah, he could have a great day with her over and over and over again. And then one day he wants to leave on his boat trip and he can because she would never know that he's gone. So it's like, what does he do here? Does he trust his old ways? Does he do his new thing? Does he follow his heart? So he goes back to the diner and he starts making bets with, they call him Tattoo Face. I can't remember his official name. The cook, that he can get Lucy to agree to have breakfast with him again. So they're on. He does the waffle door trick again. She shuts him down. This time she's like, "Is it normal
Don't
for
touch
you to
my
come up?"
food.
Yeah, don't touch my fucking food. Are you
Rightfully so.
holding your mic?
No,
Oh.
I'm speaking really loudly.
Yeah, don't touch my food. And so he's like, "All right, you know what? We'll do it again." And now we get a montage of him coming up with new ways to talk to her each day. One of those days he came up and talked to her, she just knew Chinese.
That's what I'm saying. She has all this fine motor skill, these skills she's picked up over the years. Her brain is a fucking crazy. Oh my god. Hold on. My mic just shut down. Why did that do that?
I don't know. Probably because you're carrying it around.
I wasn't carrying it around.
Her brain is crazy, but it also sucks because it can't remember anything new.
Hold on.
Holding.
We're back, folks.
Back in it.
Okay, sorry. Apologies.
No, you're fine. Then there's this one that I think is incredibly stupid, but I quote it all the time because it's stupid and it makes Marina laugh. It's him crying because he doesn't know how to read. He's like,
That's funny.
a pee, a
Is this
pee.
Ula, right?
No, this is Henry. He's pretending he
Henry doesn't know
can't
how to read.
read. He's
Oh yeah.
pretending he can't read in the diner to get Lucy
You
to
get
come and help
sympathy.
him.
That's right.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I can't
I need a teacher.
read."
I need a teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, I need a hero.
She's a teacher, isn't she?
Yep,
It's like a middle school teacher or something.
she was an art teacher.
Yeah. Me too.
No, but she tells him all about how she is, an art teacher. He tells her that if he were
There you
her
go.
student, she would be a teacher that he'd have a crush on. Kind of weird.
Yeah, I would hate to hear that as a teacher,
As a fellow teacher. And as they leave the restaurant,
educator.
they were like, "All right, I'll see you again." She calls him out for not asking him out in his corny can't read bullshit. And so she
Yep.
drives off angrily, but he follows her home. And Marlon and
Also,
Doug,
bad move. Terrible move.
bad move. Marlon,
Terrible
her
move.
father, and Doug, her brother, confront him at the door. Apparently, they already know about him.
His reputation as a womanizer,
And probably from Sue from the cafe.
and because he
Maybe.
like followed her home.
Yeah. And so they're like, "You stay away."
So he's like, "Fuck, I'm so sad."
That's the proper response.
The other guy's like, I'll kill you with this meat cleaver.
And Henry talks with Alexa at work to try and find some sort of loophole to see Lucy again without going
Yeah,
against
dumb.
his word
He
because they said
knows. Yeah.
they,
He
they,
said, like,
they
yeah,
said
I have my word. I won't meet you at the cafe. I won't go to the
yeah,
cafe for her.
stay away from the Hookie Loud diner or whatever it is. So he finds a way of trying to meet her by pretending his car needs a jump start on a random road.
He's gonna, yeah, pick her up on the way to the cafe or on her daily path.
Mm-hmm.
That's the loophole. They won't
And
be mad about that, I'm sure.
of course not. And then you cue a montage of all the other ploys on the road to meet her, including road construction things, trying to use a penguin to get her to stop, and the penguin almost died.
That's pretty cute.
Um, and
Yeah, they
muggers.
ran over a penguin.
I know.
He's fine though.
And
Thank
during this
God. Imagine if
staged,
they killed the penguin.
that would have been the worst part of the movie.
That would have been the worst part of any movie.
Um,
In a
and
rom
during
com,
this
they just murder a
stage,
penguin, but yeah.
you see its flat carcass. You're like, what in the
Yeah.
world? Well,
What in the
during
world?
this staged mugging with Ula, she stops. She's strapped with a baseball bat, like an aluminum bat.
Beats
So
the fuck out of him.
yeah, Ula's beat to hell, and
Both
he
of them.
is now doing his next one is a kidnapping act to meet her. When instead of Lucy driving this time, it's her dad and brother that pull up and say to come to their place.
Yep. He's fucked. You would
So,
think.
yeah, they're gonna meet Cleaver's dick off.
Yeah, they told him to stay away. So they pick him up, take him to the house. But they're nice.
They're nice. They show him that she's painting her usual routine and singing, "Wouldn't it be nice if we were older when
They
the
paid a pretty
summer?"
penny for that.
Probably Beach Boys. They found that she only sings this song on days that she met him before. And this song has importance to them because it was her mom and dad's wedding song.
So by that logic, she's memories are being triggered or something whenever Henry's around, I guess.
Or them realizing that her best days are the days that were spent with him already because
Oh,
there's some connection
some
of love.
some weird. Yeah, there's something.
Wouldn't it be nice if
So they're
we
gonna
were
they're gonna let
older?
him they're gonna let him have a chance. Is essentially their pitch, right?
If you change your mind on the first
You can
date
date
of
our
life,
mentally deficient daughter.
honey, I'm still free. Did my mentally challenged daughter now?
That's good.
ABBA and the Beach Boys, two great bands.
Amazing bands. I probably
Brian
prefer
Wilson is a
honestly.
musical genius.
They say. They say. Except that Charles Manson wrote one of their songs.
Which song?
Helter Skelter, right? No.
That's
He
Beatles.
wrote Beach Boys song written by Charles. It is Never Learn Not to Love.
Hmm. I don't know if I know that one off the top. Could you imagine if it was Wouldn't It Be Nice?
That would be crazy.
I think God Only Knows is
There are
like a
five
top 10
songs.
song of all time.
I don't know if I know that one.
God only knows what I'd be
Oh,
without you.
Garbage Dump.
Fuck.
Home is where you're happy. Look at your game, girl.
Yeah,
And
happy.
Detroit Rock City.
Nice.
No, not that.
Well, Lucy
You wrote Crank then.
has a bad day when at breakfast a cop writes her a ticket.
Uh-oh.
Her plates are past due. She
Registration,
doesn't
yeah.
know that, and she realizes it's not the day she thought it was. So she comes speeding home, and we get a short little, um, like silent time lapse
Pretty
thing as we get to see her
supposed to be
discover
emotionally
all the
devastating. Yeah.
things that her family does for her each and every day. We see a photo album of her in the hospital
Complete
after the
meltdown.
accident. Yeah,
Yep.
breaking down. Wants to even talk to the doctor about it. They're like, you have many times done this. But
She's like, I still have to go.
Henry's like, I'm here. I'm new to this. I would like to see him just to learn more about it as well. And
What a bad day looks like.
they're like, all right, Henry,
Come
you come
along.
along. Wow.
Come
Won him
along,
over
son.
quickly.
Yeah,
Son.
the first day to go to the hospital.
And so they're all driving to the city to see the neurologist, Dr. Keats, and Lucy's dad admits that her and Henry are dating,
Which is a shock to her.
which is a shock to Henry that he's hearing the dad admit that.
I know. And Lucy asks if they're sleeping together.
Yeah, he's like, nope, but we want to. He
Yeah,
makes it well
right.
aware that they haven't had sex. And they meet with
Yeah,
Dr. Keats, played by Dan Aykroyd, and he tells her that she's stable. Her condition is most likely permanent, unfortunately, but he
yeah.
tells her that
Nothing's
she's
changed.
lucky and it could be much, much worse because they get to meet 10-second Tom.
This is pretty stupid. Yeah. You
There's
like
a
10
guy,
second Tom?
a guy that shot himself in a hunting accident in the head.
And so literally, yeah, every 10 seconds he repeats himself. So he's just constantly reintroducing himself as his spin.
And you also see all the other like patients that remain inpatient due to their memory loss and things in the institution. But they get home, and she was very happy with Henry today, even though it was a bad day. She even gives him tips for the next day so he doesn't strike out.
Tits?
She's like, no, not tits, tips. She gives him
Oh, yeah.
cash.
Yeah. Tips him out.
No, she says, I like lilies. Can you bring me lilies or bring up lilies or something? And so Marlon's like, you know what? This was a rough day for all of us. You want to have a couple beers with us?
Sure.
And they talk about other ways that they could potentially approach your situation each day. Because Henry, although
Henry's
new to
like, yeah.
this,
He's like, why don't you just tell her what's going on
yeah,
instead of
new
going
to
through this
it,
dog and pony show every day?
thinks it could be in her best interest to be honest with her and live a normal life. And so the next day at her home after the diner, he delivers her some lilies, some flowers, but also a videotape.
Ooh, good idea.
It's a
It's
recap of the
hoop dreams.
things she may have missed. It's hoop dreams.
She's watching hoop. No, it is. Yeah, it's like a reminder.
White men can't jump.
Be great.
Um, yeah, including her accident, messages from the friends at the cafe,
Martha
and
Stewart got arrested.
yeah, and a reenactment of their standard first meetup at the cafe each day, with Ula playing her in a coconut bra.
Yeah, very sexy.
And
Is this movie ultimately um what's the word I'm looking for? Problematic portrayal of mental health or mental illness or mental brain loss, something like that?
probably,
Or is it a positive one that brings awareness to it
hmm, I think it
or
could be
normalizes
either.
it? I mean, it's a fictional disease in and of itself, but
Yeah, that Goldstein syndrome. I know, like, because there's so many of them out there where it's somebody acting to pretending to be somebody with autism or Down syndrome or things like that. And
it's at least
obviously,
milder.
you
Yeah,
can take those way too far. This one, you don't have to overact. It doesn't have to be some,
behaviorally.
yes, you can be
Yeah, I feel
yourself.
you.
You just reset. So,
Oh,
and I think that that's where you get to reset and do the same thing every day. We'll talk about it when we do Groundhog Day next week. But I think adds a lot to maybe showing off your acting ability as how you adapt to doing the same things each and every
variability.
day. And yeah, because
Yeah, I
I
feel that.
put, after they watched that video, I put, wow, her delivery in this scene was so beautiful because she goes, how many times have I watched this? And I was like, I
That's
mean,
yeah, you wouldn't think about it. Yeah,
it's a great question.
that's good
She
writing.
delivered it great.
He's just like,
Yeah,
no, just the first.
yeah. And so she takes the video well, and they get to spend the day together, truly building their relationship. And they end up at a beach barbecue together, and everyone gets to see them as a couple. And
Here's my
apparently, over
Rudolph.
time, yep, over time, the video idea is what they do now. It's just a part of their day.
It's just yeah, a good hour of it, 2 hours, good chunk of it. He has to readjust on the fly every single day of her life.
Yeah, every day she
So
wakes up,
crazy.
she watches the video. She's like, "Fuck!"
Oh, I'm better, I guess. Okay. By
And then
lunchtime,
yeah,
she's fine.
and so they're on the beach at night, Lucy's videotaping him, asking questions to stay up to date for her to refer back to. And in this specific instance, she asks if he loves her.
Ooh. Ooh.
He hesitates.
Never a good sign. But he's got an earnest answer.
The non-commitment guy, you expect that from. But
I think he's
he
just
ends up
setting up, yeah. Loves her more
admitting
than
it.
anybody else ever. Some shit
So they
like
get
that.
to fucking make out.
The beach on a videotape.
On the beach.
Let's go get away.
And then you get a montage of them kissing over and over, and every time they do, she says nothing like a
It's the
first
first
kiss.
kiss every time. Yeah, this is the classic movie trailer. You know it. You
Mm-hmm.
know it.
You don't.
You know it.
You do. And after a series of makeouts, he goes in for some tit action.
That's a little. I mean, for her, it's like the first time still. A little crazy. I guess he convinces her though. He's like half of it counts, I guess.
As like I don't know, like a 34-year-old man, after 23 times of making out on different dates, he
But
feels
it's
like he's due for some boob
a little
action.
forward. But they go for it.
Yeah, she's hesitant, but she thinks it's because she thinks it's their first time kissing. He introduces her to Jocko the walrus, and she asks the walrus if they should have sex.
Yeah. The walrus uh, what's the word? Expertly trained by Henry Roth nods along.
Yeah, he's down
Henry's
for visual
signal.
cues, emphatically shaking his head yes. She catches his hand movements, and so they get it on.
Oh, fuck.
And then they're on
And then
I thought they're on the beach, they're on a little boat. I can't remember. Henry
I
wrote a
think,
song for
yeah.
Lucy.
Well, didn't like Ula see them or some shit too?
Oh yeah, Ula was diving in the pool because apparently Henry just lives in the vet
That's
center.
weird. Yeah, and the Dolphins were watching him get it. Ula was there.
Yeah, Henry wrote a song for Lucy. Forgetful Lucy, you've
There's a
got a
ukulele.
nice
The ukulele.
caboose. Your lips are so damn juicy.
Our Lucy.
He loves to sing in movies.
I mean, I think it's usually it's like it's a point of earnesty. I think
Mhm.
earnest. It endears him to the audience. I think he's not a great singer, but usually you like it anyways, and you like him.
Except when you go, someone singing Santa Claus, it's time for Hanukkah.
That's a great song. And then isn't 8 Days Night? Is that a Jewish movie?
8 Crazy Nights? Yeah, that is a Jewish movie.
Crazy.
Because it's about the 8 nights of Hanukkah and whatnot.
Are they singing that one? I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't seen that movie in ages, but yeah, I'm sure.
Why would
So
you watch
Henry,
that?
I watched it when I was like young. I used to
Are you
watch it all the
Jewish?
time. No,
I used to
but
watch the VeggieTales, I guess.
yeah, I was never a VeggieTales person.
They're crazy Christian.
I know they are.
I just
But
throw that shit on, anyways.
Henry and Lucy are in bed together, trying not to fall asleep. He's like, if we fall asleep, I'll go downstairs so you don't wake up to me here. And right before she falls asleep, he asks her to marry him. She says yes, and they end up falling asleep together in the bed.
Is that binding? We'll see.
They wake up in the next morning. She once
He
again forgets
freaks
who he
out.
is. So she screams, knocks him out with a lacrosse stick, all that.
Attacks him.
And Henry's telling Marlon and Doug and Dr. Keats about a sailing dream, but how
Wants to go
he's,
to Alaska to study more Jockos.
yeah, but he started to give that dream up in order to be there for Lucy. That's more important to him. But she was upstairs in her room, eavesdropping on the whole conversation from atop the stairs. So,
So she feels guilty, holding
of
him back.
course,
Get
comes
out.
by Henry's work to show him her journal. Ever since she started watching the video, she also started journaling because the video, as great as it is, feels like someone else's
Well, one-sided,
perspective
yeah.
on her life. So she journals to make it more introspective on her own life. And
Her own reason. Yeah.
she comes to the harsh realization that he's giving up his dreams to be with her, so she comes to break up with him.
Sad. It's like the La La Land breakup.
Yeah.
I can't be with you. You gotta go do your dream.
Don't even
La
fucking
La
talk
Land.
to me about La La Land. That's a 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10 movie.
It's damn is such a fucking good movie. You're right.
What
It
would you
may
give
be.
La La Land on lasagna?
I probably like in the 9.6-ish area.
I don't think I can give
9.7.
it lower than 9.5.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a perfectly made movie.
To
Just
believe
like this one.
that movie. Oh no, Whiplash didn't come out that year. Whiplash was the
No,
year
I know the same
Birdman and
director.
Boyhood. Oh yeah, shit. Damien Chazelle's so fucking good.
Mhm.
He's so young
Haven't
and so
seen
good.
Babylon yet.
I haven't either. I heard okay things.
Polarizing.
I want to see.
But yeah, so Henry has to go
Fuck.
back to what?
La La Land wasn't even my number one movie of that year.
The Moonlight?
No, it was
Arrival?
Arrival.
Yeah. Good year. Great year.
God damn, those
16.
three. I loved Lion.
Good do.
Manchester by the Sea. Fences was great. Captain Fantastic, Zootopia. 10 Cloverfield Lane was that year. Hell or High Water. Everybody Wants Some.
Oh, I
Swiss
like that one.
Army Man.
I like that one.
Uh,
Great Outdoors that year. Chicha.
Don't Think Twice. Shit, that's a good year. God
We
damn.
love that.
Well,
He's all
yes,
sad.
of course.
He's
And he's like,
fixed his boat.
and he tells her, it's fine. You don't have to break up with me. But she's already journaled about the breakup. So she wants him to help her erase him completely so that she doesn't
Oh
have to
yeah,
feel the
very
guilt
sad.
or remorse anymore. And that's hard to ask someone else to do. The person that
That's
you
very
love.
sad. Literally erase your memory. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, Eternal Sunshine, anybody?
A little bit coded.
Same
Um,
year.
Same year, same ideas.
And so, after redoing her journal and burning her written memories of him, they share one last first kiss in the rain, and he leaves her life.
Forever.
And there's a montage of Lucy living her life, and it hurts because
He
she's
like
back.
bumps into her and shit.
Yeah, she's back to doing the same shit that she was, where they're not telling her about it. She's painting every day. She's just doing that. But Henry is trying to adapt to life and going to her
Going
home,
to
but being
Alaska.
turned
Oh
away,
yeah. Yeah.
seeing her at the Sea Life Park. And so he's officially finished the repairs on his boats. He's ready to set sail on his big expedition. He says goodbye to Alexa and Ula and his kids. And
Well,
Marlon
yeah.
and Doug come by to say goodbye as well. And Marlon breaks the news that 3 weeks ago, Lucy decided to move out and live in the Institute because she didn't want to be a burden to him and Doug anymore either.
Super guilty feeling. Yeah.
And so Henry sailing and crying,
Classic.
listening to the Beach Boys' best hit CD that Marlon gave him as a parting gift.
Present. Yeah. But he thinks it's a message.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice is on there?
Their song.
She
Or
remember
some sort of song.
he.
Yeah.
This is a message because she remembers him because she only sings it when they met that day. So he turns the boat back around to the island thinking she remembers him. He runs through the halls of the Institute yelling her name until he finds her and he's like, "Do you have any idea who I am?" She's like, "Nah,
Nope.
nope, do not, but I have something to show you."
Her paintings.
In her studio, like wall to wall, different drawings and paintings of him. These were pretty
Obscene.
good too.
Yeah, he doesn't look incredibly goofy.
There was the one that was just a man's body with an
That
egg
one's
head.
goofy. I like that. Oh, that's how he looks in all of our heads.
I know, but like from her memory, her fucked up memory,
Her
this is
dreams.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, she has no clue who he is, but she dreams about him every night and draws him. And he tells her about how they tried to erase him, but she realizes that even if they did, it's impossible at this point. They kiss
It's love.
and they
Yeah.
are in love.
That's it. He doesn't want to go on the trip anymore. He wants to be with her,
Yep.
no
And so
matter
she
what.
wakes up on the sailboat. What?
The
A
next day,
sailboat? I know. not the next day.
Maybe.
Sometime
No,
in the
it
no,
implies
it's
that.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she wakes up the next day in bed. She puts on the
Nope. She's on
video.
a boat. Yep. They're married.
They're married. They've got kids. She's
What
on
the
the
fuck?
sailboat. They're in Alaska. So she goes
Big time jump.
outside to join him. Actually, in the video, it doesn't say that they have a daughter. It shows that they're married. She comes up and he's like,
Yeah, and then
how
there's
about
just a
you
kid
meet?
there.
She's like, how about you meet your daughter? She's 4 years old.
Imagine, and that's the film. Woo!
Imagine waking up every day pregnant.
I was gonna say, imagine waking up, yeah, the day you're due and not knowing what's going on and just being, what the fuck? I mean, but they make a beautiful ending out of it, sort of.
Yeah. No, when the instant you said imagine, I was like, I know exactly where he's going with
Yeah.
it. Like imagine like one day she has to have like a major surgery. She wakes up the next morning, her like insides are just cut. She's like, fuck.
Yeah, what the hell's going on? Not even on drugs.
Do you think if she went down under local anesthesia, would her memory be wiped like she would if she goes to sleep? I bet she would.
Probably. You're probably right. Unconscious triggered. Hit her in the
Yeah.
head really hard.
Seth, do not go near her.
Of course not. That's the movie.
Yeah, meets her daughter. Marlon's joined him on the boat too. And Over the Rainbow by Israel Kamakawiwo'ole plays. And that's the end with a dedication to Stanley Sandler mid-credits.
Is there any after credit scene?
No.
Woo! We did it.
Usually a mid-credit or an after-credit scene is sometimes a bad sign.
Of course it is. Marvel.
Unless it's blooper reels. I love a good.
I do like those. Those are different.
I do love a comedy film or an animated film that makes a blooper reel. Great.
That's good.
Love them. But that is the end of our 51st Dates movie.
Good setup. Good setup.
Where the fuck did we pause there?
We have to keep the audience on their toes.
Well, we really did. Goodness
Whichever toes
gracious.
that they have. Guess what, Brandon? I don't have any quotes.
I know you don't have any quotes.
I said I would. You gotta give me credit for that. I said I would.
You say shit all the time.
Last week I said I was gonna. Yeah. Next week I'll do the quotes.
Next week you will take down
at least 2 quotes.
2. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
It's
I'll do 2
Groundhog
quotes.
Day. It deserves 2 quotes.
You're right. I'll do it. I promise.
Do you think you'll take down anything for The Tempest?
I think I'll take down everything for the Tempest.
You're just typing the screenplay as it goes.
Yeah. Oh, I have a quote for you. Act 1, Scene 1. Enter Prospero.
Quotes are 4 hours.
Hey, the cat's going nutto.
So all right.
How many quotes do you have?
That's fine because I have a shit ton.
Yeah, it's a Sandler movie. Probably, I'm gonna guess 14 quotes you got.
I've got 14 quotes.
I am on fire. I'm on fire.
How many do you think I have from IMDb?
Bet you have 4 from IMDb.
It's 7 and 7.
Wow.
Let's do my IMDb ones. This is that update video. It was Red Sox win World Series. Just kidding. Schwarzenegger becomes governor of California. Not kidding. And I was like, yeah, that's what you would imagine doing that. We've seen Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I love it.
Dr. Keats. This is obviously Henry Roth's joke, but Dr. Keats comes in. He's all I know about walruses is that of all the mammals, they have the second largest penis. I have the first. Yeah. He's like, that's my joke, but no, it's delivered better by Aykroyd.
That's also good luck, Chuck. That's something he would say.
Yeah. Dr. Keats, Stu. Yeah. Dr. Keats talking to Marlon. Sometimes I wish my wife had Goldfield syndrome. That way she wouldn't remember last night when I called her mother a loud, obnoxious drunk with a face like J. Edgar Hoover's ass.
Yeah.
Damn. I just Oh, no, not this one. I think it's one of the other ones. But Henry says, see what happens when you play with sharks? And Ula goes, sharks are like dogs. They only bite you when they touch their private parts. Hey, that's a good name for my documentary. Sharks. They only bite you when they touch their private
That's a
parts.
good one. So he was touching their private parts now.
Apparently.
Ula, jerking them off.
Um, this is Henry and Ula again when they're doing the mugging. He's like, okay, this is her. Start beating me up and make it look good. And Ula's kicking him on the ground. He's like, give me your wallet, okay, Howley? What do you think? You come to this island and eat all our pineapple? Try to bang our women? Making my sister clean our hotel room? And he's like, what are you saying right now?
He's supposed to be mugging him, yeah.
This is the one that I love. Another shark one. The caddy at the golf game goes, I wouldn't surf with a bleeding wound like that, Ula. You might attract a shark or something. Ula goes, what's wrong with that, cuz? Sharks are naturally peaceful. And he's like, is that right? How'd you get that nasty cut anyway? And this time he's just, a shark bit
Yeah,
me.
a shark bit him. He was touching his private parts, though.
In my last IMDb one, Henry and Ula once again. Ula,
Almost
or
exclusively Ula quotes, yeah.
yeah, Henry goes, Ula, get back to cleaning the pool. And if that's one of your special brownies, don't let any of the dolphins eat that. And he goes, how do you think I get the dolphins to do double flips and play with the white kids?
He's drugging them.
Yeah, getting them high.
That's not moral. Ula, terrible character.
And then the ones that I took. This is the next day when he goes to visit her after the fishy hands. And he leads with that again. He goes, hey, my hands are
Taco.
extra fishy for you to smell today. And she's like, what was that? He's like, sorry, I was petting my walrus all morning.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I do remember a quote that made me cringe. Do you have anything in there about the taco that Alexa prefers tacos
Nope.
instead of dick or something?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, good. Good.
This is the pretending he can't read. I can't do it on my own. I'm gonna get an order of the pine Q pan Q pan Q
Started so hard.
pan clocks
Pan clocks. He loves the pan clocks.
pan Q a poo. It's so
Only
fucking
Sandler
stupid.
can do
it. When she's painting and whatnot, and he shows her that she's singing, and she's oblivious to that Henry's out there, and he goes, "Wouldn't you want to spend an hour a day with that?" And they go, "Actually, no. She sings like shit because the wish this life would
Yeah.
never ending."
But that's what you have to learn to love in your significant other, Brandon. If they're bad singers.
When they admit that Dad admits that they're about to be dating, Henry calls her loose, and she's like, "Don't call me loose." And he goes, "Sweetie, you're kind of dating him." And he just looks at her. And he's like, "Sorry, I'm not better looking."
Call a daughter a slut?
Very no,
Is that what he meant by loose?
no, Lucy, like loose.
Oh, I put it together.
Luce. Don't call me
Is it
loose.
Loose?
No, I get that though. Ooh. Oh, a me quote. What?
A self quote?
Yeah.
Woo.
You're gonna love this one too. She goes, "So you guys just lie to me every day?" And I go, "Ooh,
Lie to me.
lie to me.
Lie to me. I knew it. Lie to me.
Yeah.
Good show that we didn't finish. Not a great show either. It turned out.
Good first 3 episodes.
Yeah, but a minimal Boston accents, which we were promised. Lie to me.
After he gets hit across the head with the lacrosse stick and Dr. Keats is there, your memory's gonna be okay. But has your head always been shaped like an egg? They just keep roasting at him.
Get his ass. He does have an eggy head.
Oh, he really does. And
But he looks pretty at his Sandleriest, I guess, in this one.
he looks decent. And then my last one is when he is
Okay.
getting ready to get on a sailing expedition, And Marlon and Doug show up, and they're like, Nick and Sue send you their best wishes. They give him a big box. They're like, it's Spam and Reese's. And
Yeah.
after Doug hands him the box of all his goods, he's like, I love Spam and Reese's.
Yeah.
Can I have it? He's like, okay.
Hey, go
He
for
just
it.
takes the food back from him. I was like, what the fuck are
Yeah.
you doing?
That was your ultimate or penultimate?
That was my ultimate.
We did it.
We fucking did it.
See you
So it's
later.
ratings time.
Oh, right. Okay. I knew it. We
Thermometer.
all knew it. Thermometer. Critics, they gave it a 73%.
45.
What? Really? I
Yeah,
thought this was more well liked.
I know.
I guess you said it was mixed reviews or earlier this week today. Okay. I was off by a lot. I'm cooling off.
Audiences.
73,
You're closer. It's a 65 though.
65, with an 8. I always want to be with an 8. That's what I always say.
Yeah, that's your goal. How about IMDb Metascore?
I think this probably is higher because people will give this a 4.9.
49. You're so
What? Oh,
close.
what am I at?
48.
Wow, Brandon. I was right there, but I said 4.9, so I guess I was quick.
You're way off, yeah. And out of 10, an audience score on IMDb?
6.0.
You're within 8 of 6.8.
Oh, look at me go. So
Look
only
at
erroneous on the first one. Missed it big, but then I used it to set myself.
And let's take a peek, because you love this now, where this falls on our list. Amongst other high
Critically rated
sixes.
movies. Yeah,
It's actually one of our highest rated.
sure.
10,
We do a lot of bad
20.
movies.
It's like our 30th highest rated movie of
We do a lot of
144.
shit.
So let's see, right below it, we've got I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Ooh, Uncle Boon Me.
I mean, masterpiece.
To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julia
Good movie.
Newmar. Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Even Dwarfs Started Small, and
Oh, come
Armageddon.
on. Murderous Row.
Yeah, you got a bunch of those. Boon Me, To Wong Fu, Hot Rod, and Dwarves.
Fuck yeah.
Right above it, you've got A National Treasure, Top Gun,
Yeah, great
Jurassic
movie.
World.
I haven't done the podcast.
Martyrs,
Nope.
Napoleon Dynamite,
Perfect.
Videodrome,
Perfect. Not
School of
perfect, but
Rock,
perfect. Perfect.
and The Gods Must Be Crazy.
The best movie of all time. So, high company, but chance for some duds, of course.
Of course. What are you giving this film?
6.8 on
Sure.
the lasagna scale. The stuff that holds it back is the timely datedness, the racist portrayals, projectile vomiting, some of the lewd language. But despite all of that, I think there's a good amount of heart in here. I like the performances. I like the animals. You know, I love a good animal. I think
Of
that's
course.
ultimately what it boils down to. I think it's pretty earnest. It has a good heart to it.
Mhm.
It doesn't it borderlines cheesy, but it doesn't get there.
Yeah.
So I think I can't give it more than that, but I think it's 6.8.
I am a 7.8.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
I
I'm
agree.
fine with that.
It's earnest and positive. The watchability is great. The rewatchability is great.
Great.
You can sit back and enjoy it. You can put it on in the background. I think the aspects of both comedy are pretty darn good. And I think the chemistry and the connection for the romance aspect is pretty darn good
That's the
too.
2 parts you need for the rom-com.
So, all in all, I think a 7.8 is great. And I
That's
know people are
fair.
going to be like, oh, I love 50 First Dates. This is like a 9. You guys aren't critics like we are. You got to be
Yeah,
objective.
we went to critic school, so eat our
So,
critics balls.
critics, a 45 and a 48 for 46.5.
What about the
Audiences
real critics?
a 65 and a 68 for a 66.5, and the real critics a 68 and a 78 for a 73, 7.3. That's what Seth would have
And
given it.
that's what's up. Yeah.
That's us, baby.
And keep the critical ball rolling. You got Big Rog?
I got Big Rog. First up, Chicago
Fuck
Sun-Times.
yeah.
He says this movie is sort of an experiment for Sandler. He reveals the warm side of his personality and leaves behind the hostility, anger, and gross out humor. The movie doesn't have the complexity and the depth of a movie like Groundhog Day, but as entertainment, it's ingratiating and lovable. 3 out of 4 stars.
Ooh. Big Rog liked it.
He gets it.
He fucking liked it. He's right around us. Good job, Big Rog.
And
The critics know. The real
the other
ones
one
know.
is by Rex Reed at the New York Observer.
Yeah.
He says stupid, coarse, and abysmally unfunny. The film is unnecessary with his offensive humor about brain damage.
Okay. He has a take. But we're entitled to our takes. Our first take. Songbird me up, Brandon.
My first review is
Will you
by
oblige me?
the little songbird.
He
What?
obliged me, guys.
Uh, on
I ask, he
November
delivers.
10th, 2009, she says, I'll admit right now, I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. However, I found this film to be surprisingly enjoyable. It's sweet and cute in places, and while certainly not a masterpiece, it is above decent. A vast majority of the jokes work here, and that was great to see, and the direction was surprisingly subtle. The camera work was good, making good use of the gorgeous scenery, and the soundtrack was lovely. I had little problem with the performances. Adam Sandler gives off more likable performance, and Drew Barrymore is the persona of sweetness as his love interest. One of the supporting performances, Rob Schneider, guarantees a number of laughs, and Sean Astin comes close to stealing the film in places. It has its flaws, but it is a brave attempt at a romantic comedy, and mainly because of the chemistry of the two leads, it mostly succeeds. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, right between us. Songbird is up. I think she makes some great points. Great acting all around. Except from Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
I mean, not
Although,
bad
like I said,
acting.
this is one of my. I actually enjoyed this role more than a lot of his other films that are Sandler
Rob
based.
Schneider's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not a bad performance. It's a kind of
Inappropriate.
inappropriate, yeah, portrayal. But he's not doing a terrible job at it.
Hey, you want me to pardon you again, or what?
Give me a Snoop style.
Let's do a Snoopy style next. November
Jeff says.
17th, 2013, they say Sandler and Barrymore make for a lovely couple, especially for a rom-com. I just don't understand why Sandler feels it necessary to push his character into unlikable territory. Why does he have to be so sleazy? And can Rob Schneider get any more annoying? The only good thing from Schneider is that hilarious Happy Gilmore swing. Adam Sandler, though, is relatively under control in this film. He should just be a nice guy who meets a nice girl. Drew has her part down perfectly. Adam has it in him to play a nice moral guy. 7 out of 10.
And again, yeah, I think Drew does give a pretty naturalistic performance for what she's tasked to do. Chandler never really gives a naturalistic performance, I think. Maybe like Big Daddy exception, something like that.
I like Big Daddy, yeah.
But this is pretty good for her.
And like Drew Barrymore's obviously not like one of the greatest actresses out there, but she's definitely always brings
She
a
has
sweetness and charm. Yeah.
Yeah, she sure does.
You want me to pardon you again or what?
What does that mean?
Like you want me to throw you a bone on here?
Do you have that dumbass cost mask?
Cost Mask coming up next. July 21st, 2009.
Idiot. I loved it. I don't know. We'll see.
While Adam Sandler is supposedly the star of this movie, the actual shining star is Drew Barrymore. The plot isn't really thick, but what she makes of her character is that confined environment is great. Another factor is, of course, the chemistry between Adam and Drew. And although it isn't the greatest on-screen pairing, not even close, it still creates enough believable buzz to work as a romantic comedy with a slight twist. That all being said, the jokes are hit and miss, like with many Sandler movies. Even his regular comedy friends get their screen time, and if you're a fan of his, then of course you will like the movie no matter what or I or others will write. But as stated above, this was a pretty decent watch, even for me. 5 out of 10.
Even for me, he's such an idiot. I mean, pretty succinct there, but yeah, gotta hate him.
Gotta.
Gotta hate him. Let me. Now we're getting into the weeds. Who else could we have? Do you have a reviewer? Is there any more returners?
2.
We have Draka.
Nope.
Is it Bevo?
No. Oh yeah, Bevo. I'll do Bevo.
Bevo. Hit me with some Bevo.
Adam Sandler reprises his. Oh, sorry, March 30th, 2020. Jesus.
Of course.
Adam Sandler reprises his role in every other movie he's ever made in this comedic masterpiece. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. He loves it.
Bevo.
Bevo.
Oh.
Oh.
Bevo, 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 Bevo,
Bevo.
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 Actually, I think this other one's a returner, but you're never gonna guess this one. And then you've got one. Then you've got one more.
Lee Eisenberg.
No.
Every movie's a 10.
No.
Smells like cheese.
No.
I don't know. I'm out.
Does Plankton Rules sound like one?
Fuck.
It's not
This
Plankton
guy.
Rules.
Oh, okay. Who is it?
Does Matthew Silver's Hammer?
No.
It's not him. Does BA_Harrison?
No.
It's not him. It's Prismark 10.
He's an idiot.
October 23rd, 2013. They say Sandler's trying to hit all the sweet spots that his audience now expects. Rob Schneider, check. Some 80s music with a reggae twist this time, check. Some gross out humor, check. However, Sandler's not a strong enough
Cradle
actor
song,
to
check.
carry the more depth required with dealing with brain trauma issues raised by this film, and cannot match Drew Barrymore in acting stakes. It's not all Sandler's fault. The script is not edgy enough, although it wants to subvert the rom-com genre. It gets too repetitive, leaving this viewer slightly bored. Kudos to the filmmakers for having an ending that does not go for the easy option, though. 4 out of 10.
They wanted to be edgier. What does that mean?
I don't know.
What would a more edgy movie look like?
Put her in the fucking home?
What? They'd like raw dog it every night?
Oh, that edginess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think, looking back on it, Sandler's a powerhouse actor. He can. When he wants to act, he can act.
Of course. Better than Drew, probably.
Throw him a bone. Throw Seth Rogen a bone. Throw Jonah Hill a bone. They can go huge. You better not fuck